Good morning, I'm Owen Thurston, I'm 18 years old, and it is an honour to be speaking to you today as an ambassador for the young people that you work tirelessly with on a daily basis. I will talk to you about my experiences of living with a long-term medical condition, the impacts it has on my everyday life, and mainly about the importance of the two main areas where I think there is room for improvement. The first area is treatment and communication, and the second is the relationship with the young patient. I have had epilepsy since 2004, when I was 5, and I can talk for hours about the cliched emotional, mental and physical rollercoaster journey I've been on. But part of your job is all about hearing journeys. So I want to make clear the idea of communication in child healthcare particularly. It can be amazing, and it certainly has been for me. The epilepsy charities I am involved with, as well as the support network groups I've become associated with, communication equals outreach, and this results in more awareness raising. Personally, my epilepsy specialist nurse has been fabulous throughout my process. Having been involved in fundraising and campaigning for epilepsy, as well as the projects I work on with the RCPCH, I've been to many social events that she has hosted for patients and their families to come together and share similar experiences and emotions. It is wonderful to see the engagement and the awareness being raised, but at the same time, it is still evident afterwards that for some, this is a huge step out of their comfort zone. Not all young people want the same types of outreach, and that's why the relationship with each individual patient is a huge factor to bear in mind. My specialist nurse knows all the patients she has and takes advantage of this to help create more awareness of epilepsy and also the wider impacts it can have on each individual through means of socialising in fun activities suitable for their different age groups. But the big question is, what does this do for the patient? Your patient. Your relationship with your young person. Often, they're suffering with a condition, struggling to maintain a normal lifestyle. Many are jealous and don't like the fact they have no independence and are held back because of their disability. This person-centred approach gives them a sense of reassurance they may not have experienced before, as they know people are in the same boat as them. And for those who don't want the practical activities, we now have the option of putting them in touch with the many online support groups. Let's face it, social media is here and here to stay, so why not encourage your young patients to join the support groups available on Facebook or Instagram for conditions like epilepsy, diabetes, asthma, depression, anxiety, obesity, it's all there, and we need to encourage patients more to get involved. Why should they hide behind their condition for the rest of their childhood? How is that going to help when they move out of paediatric care and face the real world? I am still under a paediatrician, even though I am due to start university in 3 months' time. In all honesty, I can tell you now I am more scared of the transition of care from paediatric rather than the transition of sixth form to university and fending for myself as an adult. Yes, my consultant needs to keep me for the time being. I've had constant medication changes in the last few months because of mental health influencing my condition as a side effect, but that's irrelevant. It still remains a problem. I'm lucky. I know that with support networks in place, with the right contacts that I've built up, I can ask others about their experiences. And if people ask me for mine, I am now more than happy to share them. But for other young people with long-term conditions, it's very different. It's very scary. I know, I've been there. Despite the backlash that I've received from people who at times I thought I could trust, I've learned that confidence is key. Speaking about your condition is the best way to communicate to other young people not to be afraid. So what I ask you as paediatricians to think about today is how you can apply this to the personal approach you give to your patients. Make them feel optimistic about their condition. What they might have doesn't have them. And this will help them to overcome the challenges of their everyday life. As a final comment, we would like to thank the college for always keeping children and young people at the very heart of their work and all their research and giving us a voice at the highest level of what they do. If you want to come and see examples of engagement in child healthcare, do come and visit our stand 100, and see some of our posters. In the meantime, we'd like to thank you very much for listening.
Scott and Owen, what a wonderful the start of this conference. They've put, I think, everything into perspective. This is why we're here. They've not only been courageous in telling us their own stories, but they've also alluded very, very beautifully to the wider dimensions of health and well-being, and drawn in the fact that what we do in teams. It's not just about medicine, it's about allied health professionals, it's about nursing, it's about families, it's about transition, it's about all of these wider dimensions. So thank you very much indeed for setting us off on a fine start to our conference.